Welcome to Maranello, Italy, a town famous, of course, the world over for being the heartland of Ferrari, whose factory is barely a spaghetti string away from right here. But it's not a red car that we're here to discuss. We are, in fact, in the captivating workshops of Pastorelli Classic Cars to check in on a restoration project that I am so relieved and excited to finally be able to share with you. I slipped off the single-seater ladder 25 years ago and landed happily in the FIA Sports Car Championship. It was a series packed with exotic sports prototypes driven by an eclectic mix of F1 refugees, sports car stars and amateur hobbyists. Among the illustrious list of manufacturers was Ferrari, of course, with their 333 SP, Dallara, Dome, Lola, Courage and Pescarolo. Lesser known was a brand new marque, but with a familiar name, Ascari.
Side round the corner, but through goes the Ascari, gaining a place, up to third goes Werner Lutberger.
Bought by Dutch businessman Klaus Svart in the late 1990s, Ascari was a very low-volume, UK-based sports car manufacturer that found itself thrust into top-tier sports car racing when Svart enlisted his countryman Wiet Hoedekopper to design an all-new LMP 900 racer. Clearly derived from Hoedekopper's Lola T9210 Group C car, Ascari's A410 debuted in 2000 and over the following few seasons contested the world's greatest endurance races, including Sebring, Daytona and of course Le Mans. Wrapped around its full carbon fibre monocoque was a carbon fibre body sculpted to produce significant downforce, and stopping power came from carbon brakes, with propulsion from Judd's orchestral F1-derived 4-litre naturally aspirated V10, which delivered 630 odd horsepower via a 6-speed sequential gearbox. While the car faced reliability issues over the very longest races, the A410, or KZR1 as it later became known, was seriously quick. At Daytona, the car qualified on the front row of the grid, and at Le Mans, Ben Collins, who later became famous as Top Gear's Stig, outpaced everyone, including Audi, during his fabulous night stints in pouring rain. Deservedly, the KZR1 wrote its way into the history books as a winner, with overall victory at Donington.
The leader will do one more lap of this, but the checkered flag flies. Ascari wins at Donington. Fantastic. Werner Lutberger and Ben Collins victorious in round 6 of the FIA Sports Car Championship here at Donington.
After just 4 seasons, the ambitious program was shelved, and the entire team, with all of its cars, kit and equipment, was moved to founder Klaus Svart's private race resort Ascari in Spain, where it remained frozen in time until we decided to buy the whole blinking lot. Throughout the entire program, Ascari in fact only raced 2 of their chassis competitively, with a third kept on standby as a spare just in case, but that in fact never got used in a race. But today all 3 of those cars are here undergoing a complete ground-up restoration in readiness for a return to competitive life in historic racing today. Overseeing the restoration is former single-seater and GT star turned historic race preparer Nicky Pastorelli, and he seems in absolutely no doubt about the car's potential.
First of all, in building the car, rebuilding the car basically, because there's obviously, every car has some weak spots, some weak points, that we have the experience with the T92, that we are implementing on this car to improve it. And then also performance and setup wise, you know, we are not starting from zero with this car. Obviously, there's some old data from back in the days, but also the new experience that we have with the T92 we can use for this car. I think you can't get anything else more reliable and better performing in LMP cars of that area than the Judd V10 with the Hewland gearbox. It's both a proven concept, very fast, very reliable, and also I think it's very important nowadays that for both the gearbox and the engine, you still find all the parts.
And how long until the first chassis is ready?
From now on, we have just received the freshly rebuilt engine. I expect that within a month from now, a month and a half, we should be ready to fire it up and take it out on track.
So potentially in time for the 2025 Le Mans Classic.
Absolutely. The car is going to be amazingly fast. If lap times doesn't show that, it means that it's the fault of the driver.
Oh, I'm so pumped about the idea of the first of these cars being ready for Le Mans Classic in just a few months from now, which of course means that we'll be out testing soon. So stay tuned if you want to see these wonderful old racers back on track.